Take a deep breath and exhale. That was a tremendous race for the 250cc international class, with Reed Taylor being crowned a champion. And what that does do is put Big Rock Motorsport firmly in P1 as well, as they have 509 points. It's an almost unassailable lead, but we still have two big races coming up. This is Big Rock Motorsport, and then behind, Moto Racing and BB Racing are in a really tricky fight for P2.
Yeah, look, Big Rock Motorsports have got themselves a very handy gap now. And I would say an almost unassailable gap now, Sunil. They are in the box seat to take the overall championship. And what a way to do this. The first of the franchise-based leagues here in India. This has been groundbreaking.
It has indeed, and it's so interesting to see Supercross riders working in a team. But this is the big one, the 450cc International. And in this class, Matt Moss of Australia, the 9-time Aussie Supercross champion, is leading by 9 points ahead of Jordi Tixier, and also behind him is Thomas Rumet. Importantly in this class, Matt Moss, all that he needs to do is ride smartly. Do not let Jordi Tixier get underneath your skin. If he annoys you, let him annoy you. Let him go past, quite like he did in the first Moto, because as it stands, even if Jordi wins, it's going to take only a DNF or some really terrible finish from Matt to make sure that Jordi wins the title.
Now, I tell you what, Sunil, without a doubt, one of the biggest things on Matt Moss's mind is going to be trying to make it through this first turn without getting caught in a first turn pile-up. Because if Tixier gets the whole shot and Matt Moss goes down, anything can happen. He does not have a big enough points gap.
That is absolutely true. Watch out for the number 102 white and green Big Rock Motorsport bike. 15-second board is up in the air. The gates should be down any moment. Off they go for the final 450cc race of the season.
Moss.
And that is a good start by Matt Moss. He is up in a second.
Is that Thomas Rumet that looks to have got the whole shot? But the big battle between Matt Moss and Jordi Tixier, looks like Moss has come out on top.
That is absolutely correct. Matt Moss is in second place. Jordi Tixier is in third. But importantly, the Seat whole shot belongs to Thomas Rumet, who walked into this race as P3 in this championship. Remember, he could also fight Jordi Tixier for second in the title. And if he wins this, oh, will he be getting quite a big points haul from this one. 6 minutes plus 2 laps in this race as Thomas Rumet gets the big whole shot. And now, the psychology will come in handy. Jordi Tixier is right behind Matt Moss. Do you think he'll let him go lead?
I don't think so. Not at this early stage while they're trying to set themselves up. What I'm wondering is, how aggressive is Jordi Tixier going to be on Matt Moss? And we're going to have to watch these two, because that's where the story's at.
Absolutely. And Jordi Tixier aboard that red BB Racing Honda, bike number 911. He will be riding with such intensity that you'll see him literally send moves on the inside. That'll be super aggressive, and you'll be thinking, well, how on earth did he do that? That's the kind of rider Jordi Tixier is. Flashy, flamboyant, aggressive, but importantly, fast, and he's a winner.
And what a start to 450cc International Moto number 2 have we seen from Thomas Rumet. Now, I think he's going to be hoping that Matt Moss and Jordi Tixier are going to get caught up in some kind of a battle, and he's just going to be able to walk away all by himself. As we see, that's exactly what's happening at the moment.
And to be honest, we have seen Matt Moss and Jordi Tixier be involved with each other in a big crash as well. As Tixier makes the first move, he sends one on the inside of Matt Moss, and this battle has already begun, and Matt Moss says, I don't want to have any of it. As it stands, even if you go ahead, Jordi, I will still win the championship, so I don't need to fight with you. That is a rider who has seen and done almost everything there is to see and do in the world of Supercross.
He's been very smart with a couple of those let-bys that has let Jordi Tixier go. But I'm interested to see now how fast Tixier is going to try to reel in our race leader, Thomas Rumet, and then putting a rider in between the two. It's not going to be enough, but Tixier, all he can do is to go out and try to win this race, and then the rest, well, that's out of his hands, isn't it?
Yup, but he will be riding like a man possessed with Jordi Tixier, because that's the way he normally tends to ride as well. So far this year, Jordi Tixier has won 4 races in this class, apart from also winning a couple of all-star races as well. He is a serial winner. He wins for fun. He wins for breakfast, lunch and dinner. That's the kind of rider Jordi Tixier is. And when he sees a rider in front of him, you should see the way his bike twitches, the intensity with which he's braking, the way he's braking later than everyone else and jumping higher and further than everyone else. When Tixia gets aggressive, you know that he means business. But importantly, he's competing against a rider who is super composed. Thomas Remet was the one who capitalized on that crash between Matt Moss, Jordi Tixia, and also Cedric Soubeyras in the last Moto in Ahmedabad. If there's one rider who can hold on to his nerves very well, it is Thomas Remet.
And just like that, the battle we've been waiting for, Tixia all over the back of Thomas Remet. Where will he try to make this pass?
There are 4 berms, 4 U-turns that are banked where Jordi Tixia would ideally have the best run to make a move. And also, remember, these riders, if they get a good enough move and if they get good enough momentum, they can also make passes on the jumps. And that is something that Jordi Tixia is very good at doing. He's passed so many riders up there, but now he is coming. Tixia puts his nose on the inside line of Thomas Remet and says, "Hello, Thomas, remember me? This is going to be a fun fight with only 2 minutes left to go." Jordi Tixia will have to put his foot in the door, and so he does. Tixia sends one on the inside and takes the cutback. Jordi Tixia for the BB Racing Honda team is now your leader.
Well, what a beautiful pass and well-executed setup there from Jordi Tixia. We saw Thomas Remet. He tried to do what's called the over and under move, tried to come back and almost clip the rear wheel of Jordi Tixia. So I think he opted to be smart there.
Real estate prices in Bangalore are super costly, and again, 2 into 1 doesn't go. There's only so much real estate here, and Tixia maximizing every single piece of it. Here's the move. You could tell that he wanted it so badly. Right from the start of the jump, Tixia had only one thing on his mind, that critical inside line, and so he made it work to perfection. And now, if you want to see an exhibition, now track the times of Jordi Tixia. Now watch how far he goes ahead. Within only 1 lap, Jordi Tixia has pulled up 2.2 seconds. This guy, he just shows off sometimes, really, I think so. He's such a show, Jordi Tixia, in a good way, I mean, because whenever he's in the lead, normal riders might slow down, take it easy, maintain the gap. Not Jordi. When he wins big.
He sure does, and he's showing everyone how it's done at the moment. However, we can't forget about the fact Matt Moss back there in 3rd place. He doesn't need to be up here battling with Jordi Tixia to try the overall win. So he's got 7 seconds gap. He's ridden very smart today, but Tixia has been on an absolute charge. I think one of the biggest problems for Jordi Tixia was round 2 and the DNF that he had where he was unable to finish Moto number 1.
Yeah, and when you have a DNF in a championship that only has 6 motos, that is such a hard gap to overcome. There is no doubt whatsoever that in this championship so far, Tixia has been the rider of the season. Winning 4 motos and then also 2 all-star races, that's no joking, because the kind of competition, riders like Cedric Soubeyras, like Matt Moss, beating them convincingly so often takes something. Even though some people have had questions over the way he's been riding, and Moss and Soubeyras not really happy with the way he's been making moves, but pace is evident, and you cannot seriously doubt that, can you?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun seeing the 2 Frenchies, both Jordi Tixia and Cedric Soubeyras, go head-to-head and having their on-track battles. There was quite a bit of drama going on. But as we can see at the moment, nice little handicap there. Back to 2nd place from Jordi Tixia, back to Thomas Remet in 2nd place. Continuing to hold on to 3rd place, Big Rock Motorsports rider Matt Moss.
And let's also give credits where they are due. Charles Lefrancois from Moto Racing doing an incredible job riding in P4 at this moment in time. But nobody has been more crazy, nobody has been more fast, nobody wants it more than Jordi Tixia does today. He's been putting in lap times that are literally almost 1 second faster. Actually, not 1 second, 0.8 of a second faster. Fair enough, 0.8 of a second, as if that's a very small gap in itself. Tixia has been on another planet today, but that one DNF lead, that one crash with Soubeyras at the start of the round in Ahmedabad, that might be hurting him even more now.
But you know what? It's not your race wins that get your championships. It's how you manage the bad races. And that's the one that's cost him big time, that DNF. And it was Matt Moss who's minimised those bad races, and he's going to come out on top. If positions stay the same, he continues back there in 3rd place. Thomas Remet, he's been very impressive this 3rd and final round in Bangalore.
Absolutely, and consistency is the name of the game. Matt Moss has finished on the podium in every single moto in this category. The same can also be said for Jordi Tixier, every barring one. But he's coming across the final couple of corners. He is going to be relishing this one. He is winning by such a margin. He is Mr. 450cc. Tixier coming across to win his 5th moto of the season. An incredible ride for the Frenchman, winning for the BB Racing Honda. But it is not him who takes the championship in this class. Matt Moss for Big Rock Motorsport about that 102 is going to cross the finish line and be your inaugural 450cc international champion. There he is, Mossy, the champion of the class.
And there he is, a nice little fist pump to the crowd. And of course, he did that for J.O. Archer, his very, very good friend who passed away just a couple of days ago. He will be ecstatic with that race win. But as it sits at the moment, Jordi Tixier with a fantastic win here. And he has shown the crowd here at Bangalore how it's done. Elijah Weesey, Matt Moss's teammate there, just congratulating the champion. And of course, Thomas Remet there, finishing in 2nd place, coming over and giving a nice little handshake there to Matt Moss. The Big Rock Racing team riders, Matt Moss and his teammate from the Asian class, Thanarat Penjan, doing some serious celebrations. They've got some nice jerseys there with the number 1 on. Oh, that's a great shot. Both Thanarat Penjan and Matt Moss. As now we take a look at 450cc Moto 2 highlights. What a start it was from Thomas Remet. But it didn't take very long for Jordi Tixier to get to the head of the pack. Here we see Tixier all over the back of Matt Moss. A little bit of a look there over the right shoulder of Moss as he lets Tixier slide on by. And the battle erupted here at the head of the pack. What a pass it was there from Tixier as he made that pass on Thomas Remet. From here on out, it was Jordi Tixier who had it basically in a league of his own. What a win it was. But when it was all said and done, Matt Moss was the champion. And he wrapped it up with a nice fist pump.